Hi learners, welcome to our channel Python Programming. In this video, we are going to learn about continue. Continue statement is opposite to break statement. The rest of the statements will be skipped inside either a for loop or a while loop once the interpreter encounters continue. The control would be transferred to the beginning of the loop after encountering continue, and the condition is tested to check whether the loop has to be continued or not. So continue is executed and any code following it within the current loop iteration is ignored, and the loop's condition is re-evaluated for the next iteration. So this kind of statement is useful when certain conditions require skipping a particular iteration without exiting the entire loop. Now let us assume that we are having the continue statement inside the while loop. Here we are having while condition 1, the set of statements to be executed if the condition is true, followed by if condition 2, and we have a continuous statement inside it, followed by set of statements. And statement X is the statement which follows the while loop. Initially, condition 1 is evaluated. Let us assume that it is returning the value of true. If it is true, the interpreter executes the set of statements inside while. After executing the statements, it will come and execute the condition 2 along with if. Let us assume that the condition is true. If the condition is true, the interpreter enters the if loop in which we have the keyword continue. Once it encounters continue, it is not going to execute the statements below if. It is going to transfer the control to the beginning of the loop. So again, it will check the condition, and based on the result of the condition, the loop will be executed or it will be terminated. If the condition is false, the interpreter is not going to evaluate the continue statement. It will be coming for executing the set of statements below the if statement. So once the condition along with while keyword is false, the interpreter transfers the control outside the while loop to execute statement X, which follows the while loop. Let's take a very simple example to learn this concept in detail. Let us assume that I is equal to 1. And we are checking the condition I is less than or equal to 10. If it is true, we are displaying the value of I and we are incrementing the value of I by 1. And when I is equal to 5, we are giving the statement continue and followed by if we are having one print method to display the message hi. Outside while we are having another print method to display the message n. Initially, the value of I is equal to 1. 1 less than or equal to 10 condition is true. Next, the value of I is displayed. The output is going to be 1. I is incremented by 1. The value is 2. And 2 is tested against 5. 2 is equal to 5, condition false. Since the condition is false, the interpreter is not entering if statement. It is coming outside the if statement. We have a print message hi. So it is displayed on the screen. Then with the current value of I is equal to 2, next condition is tested with while. 2 less than or equal to 10, condition true. Print I, 2 will be displayed. I equal to I plus 1, the value of I is incremented by 1. Now it is 3. And 3 is tested with 5. No, it's not equal to 5. Since it is false, the interpreter prints hi on the screen. Now 3 less than or equal to 10, condition true. Since condition is true, display 3 on the screen. Now I equal to 4. 3 plus 1, 4. 4 equal to 5, condition is false. So it comes to display the message hi on the screen. Next, 4 less than or equal to 10, condition true. Displays I on the screen. Then 4 plus 1, 5. When I becomes 5, I is equal to 5, it encounters the value true. When it is true, the interpreter executes the statement continue inside the if statement. When it encounters continue inside the if statement, it is going to skip the rest of the statements inside while, and the control is going to be transferred to the beginning of the while loop. And at the while loop, we are having the value of 5 as I, and it is tested against the condition. And this will continue until we are having the value of 10 and high. And when it becomes 11 less than or equal to 10, the condition becomes fail. And the control will be transferred outside while, and we have the print statement end at the outside of while. So we are having the end message on the screen. The same continue can be used inside the for loop also for variable in sequence, statements, and if condition, continue, statements, statement X. So whenever the condition is true, the continue statement will be executed and the rest of the statements will be omitted, and the interpreter transfers the control to the beginning of the for loop. Let us assume the same example here. For j in range 1, 11 and 1. 1 is the start value, 11 is the end value or the stop value, 1 is the step value. Here we are displaying the value of j. And when j becomes 5, we are having the continue statement to be executed. So the print high message will be omitted and the interpreter transfers the control to the for loop to check whether the condition is still okay to continue the loop or not. So this is going to be the output for having continue in this for loop. So what's the difference between break and continue? Break terminates the loop by transferring the control to the statement which follows the while or for loop. So it is not going to continue the loop. Once it encounters the break statement inside either while or for loop, the interpreter transfers the control immediately outside of the loop. But what's about continue? Continue stops the current iteration of the loop, whatever it is, either while or for, and continues with the next iteration. So the rest of the statements will be omitted and the control will be transferred back to the beginning of the loop to check whether some more iteration are going to be processed or not. So hope you understood break and continue. Stay tuned. Happy learning.